my life flashed before my eyes. It went all the way back to when I was a kid, like your kids, like that size, all the way to the current time in 2011, but it showed every defining moment of my life, every why in the road, every time where I'm talking about like, my birthday's a week before Christmas. I get screwed every year. I grew up in the inner city of Seattle. I remember being about your kid's age, your oldest kid's age, coming home, house completely ransacked, no Christmas, no nothing, someone robbed us. Cops in the house. I'm just like, okay, no big deal, I guess. I mean, I don't know what it feels like to really have anything anyway. We didn't have a lot, but okay. Stuff like that, to watching my first high school dance. One of my friend's brothers got shot in the face 6 times, 10 feet away from me. To winning state in basketball, to getting my degree, to all these other things, right? All these decisions, and then it was just like, and that's when the tears come, because you're like, you know what? All those little things got me here. From the heartbreak to the lies, to the deceit from others, from the mistakes I made to this and that, got me here. Like you just said, I'm a basketball player, right? Like back then. But it got me here. You damn right I'm happy. So it was, when you talk about what kept me going, that moment right there was like, it's worth it. No one else knows what that feels like in this sport, because I was the 13th Mr. Olympia champion. So imagine, only 13 people climb that mountain. So to answer the question, how did I keep it going? I'm a nerd. I like video games. I like the video game Mortal Kombat for some reason. Okay, obviously for the fatalities, I get it, but. So if you ever play the game, you start here, and there's like a totem pole of competitors, characters you gotta beat. And that's what I started doing. I was like, it's not about the competition anymore. It's about who won Mr. Olympia one time. Dexter Jackson, Chris Dickerson, okay. Who won it 2 times? Who won it 3 times? Who won it 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is the final level. So each year I was like, okay, I got 2. I got 3, I'm tied with Sergio. I got 4, I'm tied with Jay. Pissed him off, okay? To the point where we barely even talk anymore, okay? It happens. To 5, to 6, which is Dorian Yates. And then I said, there's another perch up there with this guy named the Austrian Oak, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm gonna see you up there. So I remember the year I was getting ready for it in 2017, I said to Arnold at his show, came by my booth and he said hello, and I said, I got something to tell you. And he and I have a very interesting relationship. We don't really, we don't talk. It's more like, have you ever met someone, and I'm sure, Pat, you have definitely met someone who isn't really your enemy, maybe your peer, but you can like stand in the same room, shake their hand, not say one freaking word, but have a long conversation. It's like the movie Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. Before he like punches the guy or whatever, he's having a conversation of what he's gonna do to him, and then that guy says the same thing back. It's more like Arnold and I shaking hands. Hey Phil, hey Arnold, how you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna tie you this year, and I'm gonna be way better than you. No, you're not, you little shit. Like you're not nothing to this and that. So I thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pay homage to a legend, and I'm gonna remind him, because in this day and age, young people don't do that. They forget where they come from and they don't show respect. So it's one thing to be very competitive, but you gotta show respect. So what I did was I said, obviously I'm at your show, exhibiting for my company, but I just want to tell you it would be an honor to be tied with you for 7. And I'm going to be training my ass off to make sure that happens. So he acknowledged it, and he looked at me. And he and I never, like I said, we have a very interesting relationship, but he looked at me and he knew that I wasn't messing around. It wasn't just a rah-rah speech. It wasn't just, because we've all done that shit. He stands back, hugs me.
Wow.
And grabs me and says, and he can't really say you're gonna do it because Dexter Jackson is standing right next to me, who's a one-time Mr. Olympia. So he doesn't want to make him feel bad. But he said, like the nod, like yeah. And stuff like that, those type of moments, you know, I always keep with me and say, you know what, Phil, like if you need some validation, I mean, here it is, but you don't have to continue to seek it from others, okay? Sometimes I think what happens a lot of the time is, there's some people that I met in here, we were talking about their goals and aspirations for health and wellness. You know, the first thing I told them is, stop posting all your pictures on Instagram. Try your hardest to just keep some of that to yourself. Because you don't need validation from these strangers, because like you said up here, the white lies are gonna be there. They're gonna tell you how great you are, because they don't wanna hurt your feelings. They're your friends, they're your family, they're your loved ones. They don't wanna say, man, you're fat, you're this and that. Like, yep, you got a little love handle here. You ain't got no calves. It looks like you're riding a chicken. Like, I mean, all kind of stuff. You ever think about riding a chicken, like the chicken jockey? Yeah, okay, anyway. But this is what it really takes to be a champion, is that you really have to dissect everything. Every data point that Patrick is talking about of like business, I have to do that with the amount of sleep I get, which isn't much, how much water I drink per hour, the meals that I have to prepare. I actually had to switch to the metric system because I'm like, you know what? Like this ounce of stuff that makes no sense to me anymore. So how many grams of protein, carbs, fats, like all your macros, like everything has to be portioned out correctly. Every picture that I have, I probably have 2 terabytes worth of photographs and videos that no one has ever seen, because it's not for you, it's for me. It's my systems, my strategies, my protocols, like, and then I probably will write a book one day. But I had to do all these things to understand my process. So on October 8, 2002, I made sure that I was taking a picture every week, front, back, side to side, trying to hit these poses, whatever. Then started critiquing myself, started flipping through the magazine saying, you know what? All right, I need to do better. How about I print these pictures out, take a Sharpie, and start drawing what I want my body to look like. Mm-hmm. Then referencing the magazine, who's got the better shoulders? Okay, Kevin Leroney. Better shoulders, okay, let me do that. Who's got great abs? Sean Ray. Who's got big back? Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman. Legs, Tom Platz. Posing, Arnold. Okay, let me combine all this stuff and make it work for me. But let me do this because every year your body changes. Your body is very dynamic. It's not static. That's why we see all these different diets and stuff running around. So that's when you have to be a student of yourself. But what's been interesting about this journey is that I can be honest here. Me winning the Olympia was not as hard as people think. It was to deal with the outside world, the things like life, things like, you talked about my father passing, stuff like that. Divorce, I've been divorced. I've had a company before, totally got robbed, millions of dollars, public scrutiny, this and that, being misunderstood. And unlike you, most of you, I'm on social media and I get hammered because we like to pull our athletes down. We like to, and you know, it's funny, in bodybuilding, if you post up a picture of your body, you have to expect someone to like it and not to like it. It's just whatever they like. They're not the judge, but every day, constant. I can't even exhale up here and like slouch because someone could take a picture, post it. Yeah, see, he looks like shit right here. I know he's wearing street clothes and this and that, but like you could tell, like he's not even ready to win the Olympia. I'm wearing freaking clothes right now. But this is every day. So imagine like when you're at work, it would be like Pat and another analyst right here all the time, every day, all day, every day, all day. But you know what's cool is that I signed up for it and I understand it's a game. And I fucking love it. I love it. I love it.
I gotta say, Phil is the easiest guy to interview. I asked one question, he went for 30 minutes. Very easy. So, give it up, Phil Heath.